am super excited to have a very special person here. And we have Joe. Joe is an accomplished entrepreneur and he has built 12 businesses in tech, education, VR, hospitality, and real estate. He has an intense love for creating and connecting experiences, communities, and much to know, he has created four large communities spanning 52 countries, and hundreds of thousands of participants have attended these events. I myself had the pleasure to interact and engage with him at a beautiful session in Dubai, and it was fantastic. And I loved Joe's session where he was speaking beautifully on how we can create that mental abundance and orchestrating a synchronized harmonious community with our positivity. And I just couldn't stop but absorb and wanted to get him on this podcast. Joe, welcome, and tell us about you.
Thank you. I don't know what you'd like to know, but I think in general, the threads in my life have really been around connection, community, and communication. Those three C's I've noticed have driven me for a lot of years.
What made you, Joe, come into this line of work? I absolutely love your connection map, platform, and it is something so unique. It is something that so many of us require at the moment because, I mean, from my experience living in Dubai for the past 16 years, people suffer from burnout, from they have a disconnect from their inner self, and it just doesn't resonate with the uh, desired results. So what made you come into this line?
The sad truth is it's feeling lonely as a child, feeling disconnected, different, and then trying to learn how to connect with people. And then over time, learning what are the skill sets needed to really have a true connection with someone that's genuine and authentic, where they actually love you and you love them, and you get the option to connect in the way of just being your true self and realizing that in the world that we live in, there's a lot of inauthentic people and a lot of
Yeah.
people that are just, believe they need to act a certain way. So the connection map was really born out of trying to dissect what is the true connection between people, because we have these words, Sally's my friend, Samira's my friend, and it's like what does that mean? It doesn't mean much of
Yeah.
anything. So myself and a team and researchers, we've created a whole framework around human connection that dissects it. You can visualize it. It gives you a new name for what that connection is. You might be a rooted co-pilot, a seedling lover, whatever it is, we can see it, visualize it, and know what to do with it.
You're so right. Absolutely. We aren't really sure of, the level of connectivity or what kind of, and we're not focused. How I see it is that, we just are every day waking up unorganized. We haven't put those agendas, or what is it that we really want, or how is it that I see myself in the next 6 years, or you know and we want to do everything, and you just don't seem to get the impact because you're just spraying water all over your grass and you just don't get it greener because you want to get so much done, and our brain only has that way of um, bringing out the best when we know the next steps ahead. How do you want to add to this?
I resonate with that so deeply. And for me, this is why it's really led me to try to help people in their alignment, in their true alignment, because we are made for something. There's something in us that loves to do something. And when we're outside of that, where we're in some job, punching a clock, making widgets, and we don't actually care about it, maybe it brings in some money, but the reality is we're not in our passion. We're not in our true alignment. And once we get in that, we're not sprinkling that water all over the lawn, like you say. We're really laser focused. And then people start to rally around us on our mission, on our cause, because they believe in it, because we believe in it. I like to say often, success outside of your purpose is not your success. It could be somebody else's vision, it could be a corporation's vision to make money, but you know, once we get really aligned, you can be so powerful. Everyone listening can be so powerful when they tune in to their true desires, their true alignment, and then take steps towards that. That's how you can make big change, big ripples in the world. And then you're not sprinkling that water all over the lawn. You're watering the plants that you want to grow, not the weeds.
Absolutely. Something that, for instance, I feel, and what do you think about, is why is it that we want, try, and we still don't achieve? What is it like where what I want to become, like my personal, so it could be easier for everyone to understand, is I want to attract, or someone wants to attract. If I want a client, if I want that desired relationship, if I want that business opportunity, and I want it in the right negotiating, you know, slot, and I'm just pushing, and it just seems to repel away, and I mean, I know you have those secret sauces, so if you want to tell us, how is it that we can actually bring those things to us
Mm.
with effortless way?
It's a good question, and it's an art form. So I'll share the basics, which I believe what you're asking is sort of the secrets of manifestation. This idea that we're not having to push that rock up the hill. Somehow it's just someone's going to come along and be like, oh, you know what? I've always wanted to move a rock up the hill. And you're like, oh, that's great because I need to get it up there. So I think the first thing to do is you really need to tune into, is this truly what you desire? Because you can't manifest outside of something that is from someone else if you don't actually want it, if you have a resistance to it. So the first step of manifestation is, one, getting clear on what you really want, and is it really from you? And the second step
Beautiful.
is to really to tune in to the feeling that you will have once you have that thing that you want. So it's believing and feeling that you already have it. And the best way to do that is to get into a theta brainwave state, which basically in our regular lives, we go through different brainwave states, but there's a brainwave state that's very similar in meditation. And you can buy these EEG readers, Muse headbands that can measure that stuff, but it's not important. What's important here is that when you're in that state and you start visualizing you having the thing that you want and that you truly desire, and then you start feeling the way that you would feel as if you had it, and you have to believe that you already have it. Now, without getting into any of the quantum physics of it, essentially on what people call is resonance. It's an easy way. Some people in the spiritual realm talk about this, and religious realms, etc. They talk about like resonation or vibes, things of the sort. But
Yes.
ultimately, when we look underneath that, everything in this world is just energy. We can prove this with science, right? Energy has certain vibrations. So essentially, when you get into that feeling of having it, you're putting out into the universe, or you're putting out to the people around you, that resonation, that frequency. And that is how you attract, because the similar resonance will attract each other. And it sounds a little crazy, it sounds a little woo woo, but check the science behind it and we can look at this. So the secret is, go into a state, feel how you want to feel as if you already have it, picture it in your mind, visualize it completely. Make sure you're not in like the crazy monkey brain state, the stressful state, you're running around. Sit down, do this on your bed at night before you go to bed. write it down, get clear